Chilliwack this week. It has been over a week since the Lytton Wildfire in BC is coming to the rescue. In the wake of Canada Day and the residential school discoveries, we'll touch base with Chilliwack Metis leader and BC Metis Regional Director Louis De Jaeger. Remember that dog carrier anchored on the back of an RV? The owner may actually get his dog back. And Agassiz Speedway opened the gates to racing and to race fans. Our special guest this week, as we mentioned, Chilliwack Metis and BC Metis Regional Director Louis De Jaeger. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. This has been an intense couple of weeks for Indigenous people. Lytton's wildfires displaced many First Nations there. Canada Day was overshadowed by the continuing discoveries of remains of kids on the grounds of former residential schools. And now Canada has its first Governor General that is Indigenous. chillTV has had a conversation with Chilliwack Metis Association's Louis De Jaeger on these and other topics. We'll have that conversation later on in this program. Canadian Red Cross has set up a national donation registry for the BC wildfire victims, this in anticipation of a worst-case scenario, a long wildfire season, not just the recent fire in Lytton, as well as outside of Kamloops. Also, Agassiz Legion Branch 32 will be holding a pancake breakfast. That's coming up July the 18th to specifically raise funds for the Lytton Relief Fund. Salvation Army of the Fraser Valley, among other charities that have more than enough donations for the basics. Now what they need is cash as a backup, again, for what is supposed to be anticipated a long fire season. The 5-year ordeal is over. In a New Westminster courtroom, Gabriel Klein was sentenced to life in prison without parole eligibility for 16 years. This after the 2016 murder of an Abbotsford High School student, Letitia Reimer. Justice Holmes noting the killer remains a high risk to reoffend. This after upholding a conviction of second-degree murder. Now, in a family statement, Letitia's mom, Eileen, noted the long ordeal and scolded some media for constantly showing the infamous iPhone video of the stabbing and the last moments of the teen's life. Now, for the record, both Fraser Valley News and chillTV refused to air that video, and we will continue to do so. In December of 2019, Fraser Valley News and chillTV broke the story that Canadian Tire would be moving to a new location in the old Sears building at Cottonwood Centre. chillTV then learned that building would be torn down to make way for a new facility. It could be operational by the fall of 2022. In April of this year, again here on chillTV's News of the Week, the same rumor was addressed to Cottonwood management. And then this past Tuesday, July the 6th, at the Chilliwack City Council meeting, it was recommended to Council, once the draft permit and all the written submissions from the public have been reviewed, Council would approve and did approve the development variance permit. So this includes a commercial retail building with automotive service, in-store pickup, and a garden center. The new building will replace the old Sears, and that again will be constructed attached to Cottonwood Centre. You might recall the SPCA and RCMP investigating after social media reports of a dog in a crate strapped to the rear of a recreational trailer traveling through the Lower Mainland and into the Okanagan. Back on June 27th, Karamias RCMP received a call from concerned members of the public after many recognized that trailer traveling on Highway 3 eastbound towards a Soyuz that had come from Hope. Patrols were made by both Karamias and a Soyuz Mounties with no further sightings, and then the break that everybody was looking for. The RV, the driver, and the dog were found in a Soyuz. Charges are now pending, and SPCA are in the care of the dog, but it is not up for adoption yet, as the owner is allowed to appeal the charges. Over the past couple of weeks, various Sunday flea markets were going through a restart. That included the Cloverdale Fairgrounds as well as Abbotsford. This Sunday, the Princess Street Armory will reopen their flea market, and social distancing will remain in place. With stage 3 COVID protocols in place as of July the 1st, casinos have reopened. When chillTV showed up at Chilliwack's Elements Casino, the parking lot was filling up fast, and there was a lineup to get in. BC Lotteries, as well as GameSense, are asking patrons to be patient. For those who have a gambling addiction, they've got resources that you may want to talk to if you feel you get a little nervous and want to spend more than you should. There is a meeting, by the way, once a week in Chilliwack of Gamblers Anonymous. That's Thursday nights at St. Thomas Anglican Church Hall. And now, as we mentioned at the top of the show, chillTV's interview with Metis leader Louis De Jaeger. chillTV's News of the Week, and we are joined by Louis De Jaeger, who is with Chilliwack Metis Association, as well as a regional director for BC Metis. We got a lot of territory to cover here, Louis. First off, helping out those in need in Lytton. And I know that you have been very busy with truckloads of stuff going to the interior to helping out people who are in Lillooet, in Merritt, in Kamloops. What do you need? What's been done now? What do you need? As this is not going to end anytime soon.
Yeah, so we're just a piece of the puzzle, Don, and what we're doing, what our community is capable of doing, and that right now is helping people get registered, from shuttling people from Hope to Chilliwack, taking them shopping, and getting them some clothes and some food, making sure they've got a place to stay, helping with a little bit of logistics as far as communicating with Stalo and Andrew Ming and their emergency preparedness people, our emergency preparedness people, and of course the city of Chilliwack as well.
Do you need clothing, bedding, or simply just financial donations now?
Yeah, I think, the last call that I got, and I can't remember her name, but they were loading the trucks at Cottonwood Mall, and they were asking, well, we've got one truck, where should we go? And so what I had heard through, the Moccasin Telegraph was they need more help in Kamloops. So they were at the powwow site there, and that's where I think the last truck went to from Chilliwack. So we're just all trying to stay in communication. If you can donate money and stuff to like the Red Cross and local areas, I think that's best right now, because it's going to take more volunteers to try to get some of the harder stuff like the blankets and clothing and things out. But contact your local community, and we'll keep our ear to the ground.
On Canada Day, there was obviously those that felt, I guess, uncomfortable would be the best way of describing it, but probably a good uncomfortable, as this was a learning experience because of what happened with residential schools, because of Orange Shirt. What was your take on the organization and the prayer on Canada Day in downtown Chilliwack at that rally? I got a very good vibe from it.
Yeah, and it's really a lack of effort from the federal government, at this point. And, it would be so easy just, for the federal and provincial government to just order those records released, to make that available. And that we could get on with reconciliation, but doing it piecemeal. And we hear 2 days later, there's another 100, 3 days later. This is torture for First Nations. It's torture for Métis communities, and it's torture for Inuit communities and families as well. So we have to, I think it's just time to get on with real reconciliation and deal with what's in front of us.
The burning of churches and closer to home, MP Mark Strahl's office had paint thrown at it. There are some elders that are saying, we understand the frustration, but this is not how to move forward. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think retaliation is not reconciliation, and that has to happen on a two-way street. I'm really saddened, and it's very hurtful that this is being done, and I just think that it's time for real leaders to stand up and to start the healing. Let's really start the healing, and that starts with the federal government and the provincial government as well.
And we want to touch base on a couple of things with the feds in just a moment. There was, not that long ago, Chief David Jimmy said that he was trying to, if he has not already secured the same technology they used in Kamloops, and I believe in Regina and Brandon. Do we know of any type of searches that are underway potentially at St. Mary's and Mission and closer to home with Kokolitsa?
Well, what I've been hearing and what I've been reading, Dr. Dave Sheppy, is approaching this in a very thoughtful and kindful and respectful way, especially with the elders. This is going to, it's not going to be a fast process. It's probably going to take a couple of years, but the money is being raised. What I'm hearing is it's going to be within 2 years. And a lot of the grounds, and I teach also First Nations studies and especially Stalo studies at UFE. There is things that are going to come up, and it's everybody's preparing themselves for the inevitable of finding out the truth.
Again, with the inevitable, are there any other sites in the Fraser Valley that have been named, or is that really now is not the time and we have to wait down the road?
There's another site called Heritage, so that'll be the other site that's looked into. So there's 2 of them that Stalo is concentrating on, okay. What I'm hearing.
Mary Simon is now our new Governor General with Indigenous roots from Nunavut. And also, and similar to Adrian Clarkson with a CBC background, is this the right choice? Was this more political than anything else, or is this the right person for the job moving forward?
Well, I think her experience is there being a diplomat for Denmark, and she's played a large role in the Arctic nations and bringing them together. So I think she's the right person at the right time.
And literally just a couple of hours before we went to air with this interview, Judy Wilson-Raybould had noted that she is not going to run for re-election as MP for Vancouver-Granville. The one line that really stood out in her written statement, from my seat over the last 6 years, I have noticed a change in Parliament, a regression. It has become more and more toxic and ineffective, while simultaneously marginalizing individuals from certain backgrounds. That is pretty powerful stuff. Can you address that? Those? Have you ever met Judy, by the way? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Campaign College, and I'm a real fan. It's one of the reasons why I didn't run for the Liberal nomination in Chilliwack Hope, because my values, line up with Jody's, and obviously there's something that's there that she's discovered. It's not easy being an Indigenous person in a colonized system of governance. Where do we fit in? All of those things, are very difficult, and I look forward to speaking with Jody personally myself and really finding out that reason. So thanks. That's news to me, really.
Yeah, it was quite a shock as we were all gathering together to put the show together. Are there any other announcements coming down the pipe, or is there something we should be looking for in anticipation over the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think all of this for the Métis community really puts, our kids front and center, because we have the highest number of kids in care. Like, there's up to 750. We have the least amount of funding, and we're a third of the Indigenous population in this province. So for us, it's a real struggle. We're still the forgotten people, and we're the forgotten people with the provincial government as well. And we really want to, emphasize that this is our residential school tragedy. And that's what we're living through now. We're really finding it difficult to deal with this provincial government. And I just want to say that we're here, we're ready. Please pick up the phone and answer our calls.
One other thing too, we were kind of joking about it off air there, especially on Facebook, with all these sites saying you can buy your orange shirt, every child matters here or here, ball caps and face masks. And a lot of these sites, you have to be very careful where the money is going. If somebody wanted to help out and they feel that the only way they can is getting a shirt, should they go through Stalos? Should they go through Chilliwack Métis? What should they do? Because we're all inundated with these ads on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, go local, wherever you can, because that helps your community and the people in your community. So definitely Stalo, they try every year. They have a different artist do the orange shirts, and that does raise money that goes directly for kids or for youth in need. And the Métis does that as well. So proceeds from our shirts as well go to our youth. So make sure you're doing your research and definitely support anything local.
Louis De Jaeger, again, a big thank you, and we will definitely be talking soon.
Yeah, this is great. I love coming on and doing a little Indigenous hour or something with you, and do a quick fire question on just taking the temperature in our area. So thanks for having me, Don.
You're welcome anytime. And you're watching chillTV's News of the Week. chillTV Sports, the Chilliwack Chiefs announcing Brett Webster as the newest member of their front office team. He will serve as the Chiefs' sales and guest experience coordinator. So in this position, he's going to focus on business opportunities with both existing and prospective corporate clients, as well coordinate in-game fan experiences. We don't know if that means shooting T-shirts into the crowd. Brett comes from the restaurant industry where he was a regional operations manager. Agassiz Speedway reopening to races and to the fans. This year, the Speedway has also added a YouTube channel to watch a stagnant shot of the racing oval. And for now, there are no concessions at the track, but the entire grandstand is open to race fans. Another round of racing is coming up this Sunday. The Abbotsford Canucks, that is the rumored name for the new American Hockey League team that will start play in the fall at Abbey Centre. The Vancouver Canucks expected to formally announce the new Abbotsford team name on Friday. The Abbotsford Canucks name has been registered for some social media, but that doesn't mean that it will actually be the name. So we will find out officially on Friday. chillTV weather, the warm temperatures continue through the weekend. It's another heat dome, but nothing like 10 days ago. It's not 40 degrees. It's sunshine with highs near 29. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We want to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.